So in this video, we'll be looking at probability. Now we know that probability is a ratio of the expected outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes. And that's what we know that probability is about. In this question, you have a survey that was carried out at a certain hospital, indicated that the probability that patient tested positive for malaria is 0.6. What is the probability that two patients selected at random, one tested negative and while the other one tested positive? What you need to know that the probability will never exceed 1. So we are saying probability of an event occurring, let me say O, plus the probability of an event not occurring should always be equal to 1. So what are we saying? We are saying here we've got two patients that are selected at random. So I'm going to explain this using a tree diagram. So we have branch 1. Since we have only 2 people, so I'm going to say positive and I'll say positive and negative. Now they're saying the probability that the patient tested positive is 0.6. Now 0.6 is for positive. What do you think is the probability for negative? Now from what we've said here, so we are saying 0.6 negative, I can just put x is equal to 1. I'm saying x is equal to 1 minus 0.6. So x, which is negative, is equal to 0.4. So that's the probability. Now this 0.6 as a fraction is the same as 6 over 10, which will give us 3 over 5. Then 0.4 as a fraction is the same as 4 over 10, which will give us 2 over 5. So saying the probability for positive is 3 over 5. Probability for negative is 2 over 5. Now, since there are 2 selections, what you need to know that people are always not replaced. So we are having positive, negative, positive, negative. So if a person is not replaced, if we assumed that we picked positive and positive, 2 positive patients, we are going to say in the next peak, the number is going to reduce, the total number, the expected outcome is going to reduce by 2 and the total will reduce by 4. So we are saying in the second selection, this is the first selection. In the second selection, the total will be 4. So remember, if our first selection here is P, our negative won't be affected. It will still remain 2, which is here, but over 4. If we picked negative and positive, positive won't be affected. So we are going to have 3, but the total is 4. But if we picked negative and negative, here it will be 1 over 4. Now the question is, what is the probability that one tested negative and while the other positive? Now we don't know the order, unless they specify that the first one should be negative and the second one should be positive. Now here we don't know the order. So we can say probability of positive and negative, or probability of negative and positive, because we don't know the order. So So I'm saying, what is the probability of positive? If we pick Pn, we know that P, then N is there. So we are having 3 over 5 times 2 over 4. Now you must be conversant with the language in probability. O means positive plus. If you go with N, then P, N there is 2 over 5 times 3 over 4. So 3 times 2 there is 6, and 5 times 4 is 20, plus 6 over 20. Since we have the same common denominator, we are going to have 12 over 20. When you reduce this, it should give you 2 into 12 is 6, and 2 into 20 is 10. I'll write the final answer here. 2 into 6 can also go 3 times, and 2 into 10 is 5. So this is the probability they wanted. So we don't know the order, so we must be conversant with that. B says both tested positive. Now what we know that both means multiplication. So if both tested positive, so we are saying we go with positive and positive. And our first value for positive actually is 3 over 5 times, second is 2. The question says negative. So negative will go there and there. So we are saying 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. That will give us 2 over 20. So we're saying probability of both being negative is actually equal to 1 over 10. So thank you so much. You can also apply this to other probability problems. See you in the next video.